Until 2020, just like most Americans, I truly believed that I lived in a free and democratic country. But in 2020, when I was forced out of my job, when I was forced to close my business, when I was forced to stay home, when I was forced to wear a muzzle over my face, when I was forced to inject myself with a questionable substance, I was absolutely shocked to realize that I lived in the same country, the same system that most other people around the world. A country run by evil, corrupt government that is paid by mega corporations, promoted through propaganda, mainstream media, and protected by the military might and brutal militarized police. But what shocked me the most was the realization that it was happening in the so-called free and democratic country. I mean, I would have understood if it was happening in some authoritarian country like China or Russia, but in a free and democratic country, I just couldn't believe it. And that was when I realized that I was nothing but a slave who just woke up. And that was when I realized that none are more hopelessly enslaved than those who believe they are free. When they started shutting down gyms and playgrounds, hiking trails and surfing beaches, when they started restricting the freedom of movement and sucking the joy out of my passion of traveling, I didn't know I was a slave until I couldn't do the things I wanted. I also noticed that to maintain my freedom, I had to follow an increasing number of laws. And if you say that nothing wrong with following the laws, Plato and I would disagree, saying that good people don't need laws to act responsibly, while bad people find a way around the laws. More than that, it was one of our own founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson himself, who said, if a law is unjust, a man is not only right to disobey it, he is obligated to do so. Do you really believe that the measurements our government took in 2020-2022 were justified? That's why once again I remind you to follow both politics and economics, learn more about our constitution, our political justice and banking systems, as well as the basics of economics, business and entrepreneurship, because knowledge makes a man unfit to be a slave. I'm still a slave, but at least I'm learning, trying, sharing, and connecting with other like-minded people. If you want to escape the slave system, this matrix, this spiritual prison, feel free to join me.